There we go. Take your awareness to your head. And as you breathe in, all of that breath and energy is going and expanding your imaginary boundaries of your head. Feel it swell up and start to break apart. The breath goes in between those pieces, and as you breathe out, it just flows along the stream, all of those chunks and pieces and parts. Then you breathe in again, a little more deeper and subtler, and filling in all those spaces that might have been left behind. Separating and breathing out and letting it just flow down the stream and away. And then taking the next breath for your third head breath. Taking your awareness to the torso. So from neck all the way down to buttocks. Front and back. Inhaling. Feeling it start to separate. And letting the out breath just take those pieces away. Down the stream. Second breath to the torso. Feeling it expand and get bigger, impossibly big as you breathe in and start to break apart. And the breath gets in between those pieces, and as you breathe out, each of them flows down the stream and away. Third breath to the torso. You've done a great job. All of this effort, all of this relaxing, maybe a little building of tension to be completely done, to let it go, all the pieces that are left. So these legs, our lower bodies, really make this breath in count. Build them up, blow them up, feel them crack open, separate. Remember, you're safe. You're in control. Sip a breath in and release all of those pieces down the stream. And how good could it feel as it flows down and away? And I'm sure some of you have even taken an extra breath in between just to feel how good the next out breath would feel. That's okay. Second breath to our lower bodies. Inhaling, inflating, making them bigger and bigger until they start to separate. And then they flow down and away on the out breath. Now we all know that we're more than our bodies. So let's take one more set of breaths to that thing that's deep within inside of us. Breathe in. Feel that expanding. And starting to separate. And on the out breath, just let it flow down. And And as you breathe in the next breath and expand, maybe a part of you's like, well, what are we beneath that? Perhaps you're comfortable enough to respond and say, I don't know, let's find out. As you breathe out and let it all flow down the stream. One more time in for the subtle self. And out. And let it go. I'm going to call to mind various feelings, and as I do, try to feel them as vividly and completely throughout the entire body as you are able to. Right here and right now. Starting with the feeling of heaviness. Imagine heaviness throughout the body, throughout the entire body, every single bit of the body that you can hold in the imagination. What would it feel like if that felt heavy? And now, what would 10 times heavier than that feel like? And how does your imagination respond when you say, what would 10 times heavier than that feel like? And actually give yourself a second or more to imagine how heavy that would feel and what feeling that heavy would feel like. Now imagine feeling light. So light throughout the body, throughout the entire body. So the opposite of how we were just feeling. What would feel completely opposite of how you just felt? How would that feel, to feel light throughout as much of your body as you could imagine feeling? What would it feel like if that felt light? And it's okay if you already guessed where we're going and started to try it out. What would 10 times lighter than that feel like? How light would that feel to feel 10 times lighter than what we just thought of? And what would 10 times lighter than that feel like? What would that even feel like? And what would it feel like to feel like that? And right before you start to think, is there a lighter than that? Let it go. And call to mind the following images. Palm trees. Palm trees. Palm trees. A gust of wind. A gust of wind. A gust of wind. Debris being blown about. Debris being blown about. Debris being blown about. Dirt. 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 Sand. 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 A crab digging in the sand. A crowd digging in the sand. A crowd of crabs digging in the sand. See yourself and your toes in the sand, feeling the heat transfer from the grains to your toes. Touch the sand and feel the grit. As you look around, there is wreckage. You see a backpack. And in it are things you want to take with you. You don't have to inventory it. Just pick up the backpack and start walking along the beach. Maybe your backpack changes shape. But what's important is that it's a bag with something in it. And instead of thinking about bags, you start to notice that you would like to walk along the water's edges and feel the water instead of just the sand. So notice as you step into the watery sand, it's immediately cooler and more solid. And as the waves brush up against you, it takes bits of sand away and leaves some. You continue to walk. And as you turn around, you can see that the wreckage is still in viewing distance. But it feels like you've been walking quite a while. And just when you think you're so very tired of walking, you see a group of people emerge from the wooded area, the overgrown bit of island. They welcome you. Some view you cautiously, but they can see the wreck that you've just come from. And so they take you with them to their village. And into a special building. There you see a wise old one, sat, waiting expectantly. They motion for you to sit close. We know where you've come from, they say. But tell me what weighs so much on your heart. I can't tell you what to say, or what you're already telling them. But I will hold space for us while you talk. And the wise one sits there and listens to you as time speeds up in your mind's eye. And you find yourself unburdening things that you've kept so close to your heart. Without asking payment, the wise one then offers you a choice of one of two bottles. This is the essence. One accelerates and one medicates. One gives you energy to move forward and do and accomplish. The other soothes and comforts and heals. Think carefully for a moment. Knowing what journeys lie for you and you alone, which of these things are you already going to take care of yourself, and which do you need to take as a gift right now? Choose wisely, but there is no wrong choice. Simply realize that we as humans shift between these two states, so you cannot have all of one or all of the other. Thanking the wise one for their gift, you stop for a moment and think about the bag that you brought with you, this backpack with things. And you open it up, and ask them if there's anything that you have that could be helpful to them right now. To which eyes brighten up and other villagers come in to look. Things that you didn't even know that you had. And if you're okay with it, let them have as much as you're comfortable with. Because they have a way to reach out for you to be rescued. So knowing that will be taken care of, that you will be taken care of, does that change how freely you'll give? And the wise one stops you from giving away everything. Because without a bag, where would you put your essence? Letting this go. Just exist in this space. Allowing the thoughts to come and the thoughts to go. Your job is not to stop any of these thoughts, not to judge any of these thoughts, not to change any of these thoughts. All you need to do is exist in this comfortable state, letting the thoughts come and go. While Chittakash may be the word in Sanskrit, perhaps a relaxed state of confusion is a powerful mantra to wear going forward. And letting this go, take a moment to draw into yourself anything else you need from this practice. I don't always have all the right words. And so I could draw that into me. I'm okay with not always having the right words. Whatever concept you may need to complete this practice fully, and condense it. And for those of you that are used to using a sankalpa, now would be the time to say it deep within the mindscape. Someone else may want to try a power phrase out for the rest of the day or the week. whatever it is. Draw what you need into yourself now and declare it positively in the mindscape. And follow the next breath into the body, all the way back into the body, right here and right now. Letting life return to the limbs, the toes, the fingers. Give them a little wiggle, the facial muscles. Gently rock, and don't expect the body to just jump straight up. Give it a little time and consideration. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me, with us. Take a moment to feel good about doing something for yourself. Maybe facing uncertainty with a little more relaxation, a relaxed state of confusion. It's okay if we don't know how it's all going to work out. We just honor where we are right here, right now. And with that, thank you so much. Feel good. Feel well. Be happy.